Zorblat's Spaceport Adventure, Finding the Veggie Oasis. In a busy spaceport on a colorful alien planet, there lived a young alien named Zorblat. Zorblat was an explorer, always eager to adventure, with blue antennae that wiggled with excitement and bright yellow eyes that shone like little suns. He loved dashing around his home, a place lit up with colorful lights and spaceships of all different shapes and sizes. The air was filled with the sounds of travelers from far away in space, and the yummy smells of space street food made him happy. But Zorblat had a secret that made him feel sad. He didn't like vegetables, not at all, and this made eating food a gloomy time. At the table, his plate was like a little battlefield, with green peas and orange carrots never eaten, leaving his tummy to rumble with hunger. Chef Cogsworth, the kind robot cook, knew all about Zorblat's trouble. "You know, Zorblat," Chef Cogsworth said one day while zooming around the kitchen. "Lots of little ones find veggies a bit hard to like at first. But veggies are like mini space rockets, full of good stuff to help you grow strong and smart." Zorblat nodded, his antennae drooping a little. "I hope I could like them like Mika does. She didn't enjoy them before, but now she eats them up as if they're the yummiest things in space," he thought. He wanted to have fun at the Great Harvest Feast, where everyone would be happy and share the tastiest vegetable dishes. But just thinking about trying a veggie made his bravery run away like a shy moon mouse. Deep inside, Zorblat felt a small bit of hope. Maybe there's a way for me to become friends with veggies. I just need to find it. And his yellow eyes lit up with the thought. A sprightly guide and a magical quest. One bright day, as Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth were playing Comet Catch in the park, they met a lively peapod with shiny green eyes who called herself Sproutina. She danced around, her laugh sounding like small, tinkling bells. "There's a journey for you, Zorblat," she said, "to find the magical Veggie Oasis during a space food festival." Sproutina took them to a hidden place where the air shimmered with magic. She waved her hand, and pictures of a world turning gray and sad without the happiness of vegetables showed before them. "If you don't find the Veggie Oasis, this gloom will spread everywhere," she said seriously. Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth looked at each other with a strong will. They knew they had to go on this quest, not just for Zorblat, but for the whole universe. As they began their adventure, the way through the spaceport was full of the smell of rocket fuel and the noise of ships blasting off. "We're off to something amazing, Chef Cogsworth," Zorblat said, feeling excited. Chef Cogsworth patted Zorblat's back. "Together we're going to find out how wonderful vegetables are. They're not as scary as they seem." "Can I really start to like veggies?" Zorblat wondered, his heart feeling jumpy. "It's a big step, but I've got to try. For the whole universe, and for me." They came to a place where the road split, not sure which direction to choose. Just then, Sproutina showed up, shining like a bright light, and pointed them down a path lined with trees full of star apples and moonberries. With a thankful nod, Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth walked towards the Veggie Oasis, ready for whatever lay ahead. Enchanted Garden of Twinkling Delights. As Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth wandered under the fruit trees, the quiet whispers of leaves seemed to tell of secrets yet to be found. The sweet smell of star apples and moonberries filled the air, leading them on like a promise of amazing things to come. Their first stop was a garden lit up with a rainbow of twinkling lights, each one a vegetable shining like a little gem. Zorblat's eyes got big when he saw carrots glowing like orange fairy lights, and lettuces looking wet with morning dew. "Look at these, Zorblat!" Chef Cogsworth called out, his metal hands holding a bright red tomato gently. "Aren't they pretty?" Zorblat nodded, his heart beating with worry and want to know more. Could I really like veggies? He thought. Just then, a group of playful berry sprites flew past, throwing grapes into the air. "Catch us if you can," they sang. Zorblat laughed and joined their fun. The happiness in the garden was catching, and for a little while, he forgot about being scared of veggies. As the sun went down, making everything look golden, Zorblat felt a bit braver. "Chef Cogsworth, could I try one of those sparkly carrots?" he asked, his voice quiet but hopeful. "Of course, my daring friend," Chef Cogsworth said, picking the brightest carrot and giving it to Zorblat. Taking a big breath, Zorblat bit into the carrot. It tasted sweet and like the ground, and to his surprise, not scary at all. A smile came over his face. "It's really nice," he said, very happy. Sproutina showed up next to them, her shiny green eyes proud. "You see, Zorblat, every veggie is a star, just waiting for you to see how it sparkles," she said, as gently as a bedtime song. As they left the garden, the berry sprites waved goodbye, their laughs sounding like a good memory. Sproutina danced, and the path ahead lit up, showing them to their next surprise, the farmer's market and veggie kebabs. The next place they went to was a busy farmer's market, with aliens of every shape and size, all selling strange vegetables. Zorblat was amazed at the colorful tables, his eyes and nose happy with new sights and scents. They went up to a table with a sign that said, "Taste the adventure, exotic veggie yummies." The shopkeeper, a friendly creature like an octopus with a big cook's hat, moved his arms around with joy. "Try our veggie sticks, young traveler," he said loudly. Zorblat stood still for a second, his antennae moving with worry. The sticks were long pieces of veggies he didn't know yet. "What if I don't like them?" he thought, feeling his boldness start to shake. Chef Cogsworth knew Zorblat was uneasy. "Think about the carrot you liked, Zorblat. You might find something else you love here," he said to cheer him up. With a nod, Zorblat took a stick. He took a small bite of a purple pepper, and his eyes lit up. It's like a burst of stars in my mouth," he laughed. The octopus-like cook clapped. "Well done! You're getting good at trying veggies." After having a few more veggie treats, Sproutina showed up, her voice like a lovely tune. "You're seeing the fun in every veggie, Zorblat," she said, her words like a cozy hug. With a wave, the market disappeared, and a new path opened up, going into a green jungle. Jungle encounter with Broxilla. The jungle was full of noises and bright colors. Odd fruits hung from the trees, and the air was thick with the sounds of hidden animals. Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth went further in, the plants moving aside to let them through. Suddenly they heard a noise, and a creature named Broxilla came out, his spiky bits making scary shadows. "Why are you here?" he asked with a deep voice, his dark purple eyes looking hard at Zorblat. Zorblat's heart pounded, and he felt his old fear coming back like a dark cloud. "I can't let Broxilla stop me on my way," he thought, standing up straight. "Broxilla, we're here to learn how wonderful veggies are," Chef Cogsworth said strongly, "and Zorblat is braver than you know." Broxilla let out a loud noise, hitting a pile of juicy jungle fruits and making them fall. "Try these if you're not afraid," he said as a dare. Zorblat picked up a fruit shaped like a star and bit it. It was lovely and tangy, and as the juice ran down his face, he giggled. "Even your jungle fruits are kind, Broxilla." Broxilla looked surprised, his angry face becoming kinder. "You are braver than I thought," he said. Sproutina's laugh was heard as she showed up again. "Zorblat, you're showing us that even the biggest scares can be faced with a grin," she said, as soothing as the jungle wind. With a flourish, Sproutina spun around, and the jungle changed into a valley shining with the soft light of evening. The Cosmic Food Festival and Veggie Oasis. Their last place to visit was the Space Food Festival, a busy area with tents and lights beneath the stars. Zorblat's heart was happy as he saw the Veggie Oasis, a beautiful garden where vegetables grew together, their leaves sounding like clapping hands. As they walked by the plants, Zorblat felt calm. He picked a ripe green zucchini and bit confidently. It was lovely, and he knew he wasn't scared anymore. "Chef Cogsworth, I think I've found my love for veggies," Zorblat said, his voice clear. Chef Cogsworth smiled, his red eyes shining with pride. "You've done more than that, Zorblat. You've found how to be brave and find happiness in every vegetable." Sproutina looked on with joy, her shiny green eyes reflecting the lights. "You've taken on the veggie adventure, Zorblat, and you've made everything brighter by doing so." With a last dance, Sproutina vanished, leaving a trail of sparkly stars that showed the way home. Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth followed them, their hearts full of new yummy things to eat, and knowing that veggies were friends they should love in every adventure. Returning home with a new love for veggies, As Zorblat and Chef Cogsworth walked back through the twinkling jungle, the stars above seemed to dance with joy as well. Zorblat's heart felt light, his tummy full, and his head full of good things. "Chef Cogsworth," he said with a laugh, "do you remember when I hid because I didn't want to eat a little green sprout?" Chef Cogsworth joined in the laughter. "Yes, I do, but look at you now, eating veggies like a hero." Back at the spaceport with its friendly lights, the smell of space food was even nicer, and Zorblat was ready for anything. Just then, Sproutina showed up one more time, with shiny eyes. "Well done, Zorblat," she said softly. "You've grown so much on your way." Zorblat smiled, feeling very happy inside. "I did it. I'm not afraid of veggies. They are my friends that help me be strong and smart," he thought, his bright yellow eyes proud. Zorblat's Veggie Club and New Adventures. Life at the spaceport was as it always was, but Zorblat had changed. When he saw a new veggie, sometimes his old worry would come back. But he'd remember the sparkly carrots and the purple pepper that was like a starburst, and he'd smile, ready to try a new bite. One day, at the big veggie parade, Zorblat paused before a float made like a huge green bean. The people clapped, and Zorblat took a deep breath. "Veggies make me powerful," he said to himself, sure and steady. With a jump, he joined the parade, waving and feeling very happy. Chef Cogsworth watched, his metal hands making noise to the beat. "That's my Zorblat, finding new places with veggies!" he shouted, full of joy. Together, they set up a veggie club for all the little ones at the spaceport. They made fun veggie pictures, sang songs about veggies, and shared tasty snacks made of veggies. Zorblat liked showing his friends how fun and good veggies tasted. One day, a quiet little alien named Gloop told Zorblat quietly, I don't like veggies much," looking down. Zorblat knelt by him. "You know, Gloop, veggies are like little ships for our bodies. They take us to fun places and make us strong. Shall we have some together? All veggies have their own special taste." Gloop nodded, and they tried a crunchy cucumber, which surprised Gloop with its cool, fresh taste. "It's fresh and cool," he said out loud. Zorblat smiled. "You see, it's fun with each bite." As Zorblat got older, his love for veggies took him to new places in space. He became a cook at a well-known restaurant out in the stars, making dishes that were really special. He even started a veggie garden on a faraway moon, teaching others the happiness of growing food. All the while, he'd sometimes hear Sproutina's whispers in the wind, telling him to keep exploring and sharing his love for veggies. Zorblat's journeys were many and wonderful, but the biggest adventure was helping others find the wonder in veggies, just as he had. And in the endless space, he kept going, his life full of the colors and tastes of a place where veggies were the most exciting friends.